Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Happy Tuesday. I'm obviously not driving, but I'm just sitting still. Why not? Why not drive with Shea but sit still? Yeah, I hope you're having a good one. I didn't post a video yesterday or on the weekend. I had a few things going on, so I'm like so hard on myself because I'm like I want to be consistent. I want to keep doing this, but I'm like at the same time I'm like I'm building. I got to give myself grace. I have to just be patient with myself because I'll get it going. And I still want to keep doing my podcast and everything. So this is like a test trial. This is like, okay, can I keep the topics going? Can I be consistent? But anyways, do you guys watch the fight? I watched the Mike Tyson fight, and you know what? I think a lot of people, just like I think, a lot of people say that it was fixed. And I really think it was because to me, Mike Tyson is so iconic. And, a lot of people, I heard people talking about it at my job. They're like, oh, who do you think is going to win? Mike Tyson is old. And, he's old. But did you guys see those videos of him, like, kicking ass on his Instagram? I think he was fully ready for that. I know he got sick. There was something where he had, like, sepsis or some kind of blood disease or something. And I think he stopped training for a minute and they postponed the fight, but I feel like he's like ripped and I thought he was ready, but you could tell he was biting his glove a lot. I think he was like trying to stop himself from going crazy because I don't know if you remember when Mike Tyson, I was supposed to say Michael Jackson for some reason. Mike Tyson was a crazy man. He was like wild. Obviously he bit off the ear, but he was just wild before, and like just his mindset. I've seen a lot of interviews with him. He has like a shaky past, but I like when he did the HBO one man special because he really got vulnerable. He talked about the death of his child, and it was like comedic, and then it was serious, and then from there on I really had respect for him because when he was younger he blew his money and he was buying tigers and leopards and all kind of animals. And I think now it's cool to see him like evolved and like more calm. And so there's an interview with him before the fight where this girl Jazzy, she's a young girl and she interviews people, and it went viral because she said, what's your legacy? And he's like, I don't care about my legacy. And I think that gave us the answer to what happened in the fight. Like, he's like, I don't care about legacy. He's like, I have all these belts, I have everything, I have accolades, I'm undefeated. He's like, but once I'm dead and gone, it's over. And I'm like, that's too deep for a little girl. Like, she was kind of like, oh, okay, but what's your favorite color? Like, she didn't know where to go with it. But I kind of think like, okay, a lot of people are mad because they're like, damn, like, how could you mess up your legacy? How could you fight this guy? What's the point? Like, it's just for money. Don't you have enough money? And people know that he went broke many times. I think he went broke or bankrupt at least 2 times in his lifetime, and he was just spending money left and right. And so 20 million is 20 million. I don't care how you split it. But my thing is, how did Jake Paul get 40 and he got 20? Was it his idea? Like, that's like a big difference. So that's why people are pissed. They're like, how are you gonna sell your soul but then this guy got more than you? So I don't know what the deal was exactly, but I don't know. I'm not mad at him. Like, I thought that was kind of lame that the fight was like that because they could have at least faked it. Like, how wrestling is. They could have at least faked it like that. But I don't know. I know they did get hit. And I think at one time I saw Mike Tyson hit Jake Paul once. And he's like, hold on, this is in the script. And I don't know. I'm thinking about legacy because, like me, I'm like, I want my legacy. I'm really, sometimes, like I said in the previous video, I have that list of like my to-do things, and I'm like hard on myself. I'm like, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. And I have it like in the back of my head, but then I think about like my grandmother and other people that came before me, and I'm like, well, they weren't so hard on themselves. And I talk about my grandmother all the time. Like, she wasn't so anal about, I need to do this, I need to do that. It's like every day she just had a good time and she loved people. And so I'm like, well, Mike Tyson said that about legacy. Maybe he's right. Like, none of it matters when you're gone. But if you're a good person and you teach people things, and you like, if you matter to people, then you live on. That's the legacy. It's not like what you did or any accolades that you had. And my grandmother, like I said, I always talked to her. So, I mean, I always talk about her, and I always talk to her like on my own, in my mind. She's gone, but it's like, well, maybe that's legacy. Nobody said like, oh, my grandma was the best worker. You know what I mean? It's like, she was a good person. She taught me things, and I don't know. It's interesting. I think it's interesting to see, because a lot of people are pissed, but it's like, well, that's that person. I think a lot of times in this world, we care too much about what people think. And I love that he didn't give a damn. He's like, I got the money. I did the fight. I prepped for it. I practiced to look the part. And maybe it was just a personal thing. Maybe he's like, I just want to get in the best shape of my life just because. You know what I mean? Just a health thing, just to get, because he's getting older. And I don't know. I definitely couldn't do it. Even a fake punch looked really hard, but I don't know. It's just interesting. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments, as they say. Let me know in the comments what you think, because I'm kind of upset. Like, to me, that was a lame fight, but I'm also not, because I'm like, I think he's right. Legacy doesn't really mean anything. A lot of people, they live on through their work, and it's good, but it's like, you'll just be known as the greatest. And the real legacy is with his family, his kids, his friends, his spouse, or, so that's what I thought about the fight. I just, I don't know. It's just, as I get older, I'm just like, what does it all mean? You guys ever think about that? I'm like, what does it all mean? There's so much stuff in the world. I was looking at these indigenous people. They're not indigenous people, but they're like primitive people in a certain part of Africa. And it's crazy, because I have so much stuff on my feed, and they popped up. Sometimes I forget what I have. I follow a lot of people on my Instagram feed, and I'm like, they're eating like, they have 1.5 million followers, and they're eating like raw meat and animals and monkeys, and they're like, their teeth are all yellow and messed up, but they look happy. It's like they don't even have clothes on. They have like cloths on. And it's so weird that there's people in the world that live this way, and they don't even know that anything else is out there. And they were eating a lot of different animals, and now they have vegetables. And like, I guess whoever's filming them posted them, and they started having different okay, I'm back. I thought I wasn't recording. Remember I told you I put this cord in my phone, and then it takes the sound away. So I was like, oh shit. I was like, I cannot not have this record the sound. But anyways, I thought I was about to have to start over, and I forgot everything that I said. But anyways, back to the primitive people. They just don't know. They don't know that there's other life out there. Like, they know that there's other life, but they're not like, oh, there's people in Chicago eating hot dogs, So it's just interesting. Like, back to legacy. It's like, well, what is their legacy? What do they, what do they stand for? What does life mean to them? And then you have people in other parts of the country that are, having war-torn countries, and it's like, that's all their reality is. And it's like, I'm here in America, and it's interesting because I get to be a fisheye and look towards the other people and see what they're doing. But it's weird because other people don't know that we all exist. I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot about life and legacy and what it all means and how to get to where you want to be in life. And but there's people that just don't think about that. There's people that just don't stress about it. So it's like, should I even be stressing about it, or should it just be trying to be better for me and just be better for the world? Like, should I just focus on that? Because it's really not a monetary thing. It's not about money. It's not about what job you have. You know, those things are important. They get you money, but at the end of the day, like Mike Tyson said, it's all gone. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody's going to say, oh, Shea, you worked the best job and you were the best coworker and you did the best spreadsheets and you told the best jokes and you did the best videos. Nobody's going to remember that. They're just going to say, oh, maybe she was a great person, or, you know, she was a joy to be around. And that's what I really want in life. But the people that film these people, you could tell, like, they have 1.5 million followers, and that's just on Instagram, so they probably do Facebook and all that. Whoever's filming them, now I can tell they're getting money from it, and they're giving them more food. So I'm like, do you think they'll come to America soon, or will they even want to? They don't speak, you know, they speak their own language, their own dialect, and it's just interesting. I'm like, what if people are showing them videos of, like, us eating Shake Shack or something, I don't know, or us talking on the phone? Are they curious? Because the only camera or phone they see is the one that's being pointed at them. So on the next video, I'll let you guys know what they're called. I can't remember the name of the tribe right now, but it's just interesting. I don't know. This is another rambling video about life. I just think we have to continue being good people. I always say it because there's so many crazy people that just don't do right in this world. And I really love when I meet good people and you're like, oh, there's genuine people out there. It's just interesting. But anyways, this is just a rant. It's not a funny video. But I'm just going to keep rambling. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, make it positive. And like I said, if it's negative, we'll talk about it. And you guys have a great day. I probably won't do a video later because it's like midday and I'm already going to be home. So I'll continue tomorrow. And you guys have a good one. Later.